Good morning, good morning. Welcome to 4x8 Paper Stuff. This is Beth. Welcome to My Time to Journal, an untrained person playing with lots of art supplies and having fun. Join me. Now, what in the world happened here? There's books in my chair. There's paints everywhere. There's stuff from our trip from this past weekend. It was just a day trip. There's photocopies. Oh my goodness, how does this happen so easily? I got to clean off my desk before I can get to my desk. But while I am showing you telling you what's happening here, oh, I got more glue sticks. Woohoo! I did get 2 books Saturday from this so sketchy thrift shop, junk shop alongside the road that my friend and I went to on Saturday while our husbands were playing golf. And one is a history textbook or history book. I think it's a textbook. I think it is. From 1964. Oh, that's when my sister was born. But it's all black and white photos. Something could be done with this. And it is the history of this world, the story of mankind, from the earliest days to the present day. Oh, let's see what the present day looks like. Liberalism. Oh my. Are we still fighting all these same things? Thomas Alva Edison. Boy, that's very current. Okay. There's that. Then, this might come in handy at Halloween. This is a Duke University yearbook from 1943. It was William A. Smith's. We could look up William A. Smith. But to have some of these faces, I mean, like that lady looks a little creepy. Sorry if you are... Where is she? Annabelle Snyder from Sladdington, Pennsylvania. Oh, this one's from Myrtle Beach. Holmes Beck Springs. Oh, Springs is a huge name in Myrtle Beach. Springs Industries was a huge textile business in this state. Huge. Boy, they're from all over the place. Well, Duke is a huge, obviously, school. Good school. I don't see anybody in here from South Carolina. Okay, I could get lost in here all day. It's super humid out. The dog woke us up super early, like 5:45. Oh, if they were in a fraternity or whatever, they put their, like, Greek letters. Wow. And all the stuff that they were in. Oh, boy. This guy is from Brookline, Massachusetts. He was the tennis captain. He was in the Red Friars, the Hoof and Horn, the Men's Athletic Council, Pan Hell, whatever that was, the council treasurer, president of the junior class, vice president of the senior class, men's student government, and men's student government president, and on the dean's list. He was a busy boy, this guy. William Donald Nasher. Oh, my goodness. Esteban Padilla, pre-med. Puerto Rico in 1943. That was crazy back then. Oh, this could be so much fun. Hendersonville, North Carolina. That's up where my sister and I went a couple weekends ago. She's in nursing, senior class president. A woman. Yes. In 1943 in South Carolina or North Carolina, Duke is a lot more progressive than some places, especially back then. Sidney Loy Gullidge Jr., medical engineering, Albemarle, North Carolina. Never heard of it. Wrestling, Engineers Club, the American Society of Mechanical Engineers, and the Dean's List. Oh, this guy needs some help with his hair. John Hale from Wilmette, Illinois. Swimming, Glee Club, and Choir. Shaker Heights, Ohio. Oh. Okay, this is not what our work is about today. Cleveland, Ohio. Hillsborough, Ohio. Gaffney, South Carolina. This guy. Pre-legal. Aha. Pre-law. He was in the Duke Players. Charleston, South Carolina. Leon Feldman. Pre-med. Wonder where some of these people are today. Let's see, they would have been 3 years older than my dad. Oh, they're 90, right? 43? No, they're 80. No? I can't do math. They're either 90 or 80. I think they're 90. What are we in? 22? Are they 81? I don't know. Anyhow, fun. Oh, look at the ladies in their fancy dresses. The May Court. Here's the fraternities. They had a ton of them back then. Oh, here's editor's favorite, business manager's favorite, business manager's sponsor. Here's the May Queen, Miss Nancy Vestal Wren. I know a lady that was named that last name. I wonder if they were related. They have such pretty hair. Here's Nancy Wren again. Can't imagine what it took to... Oh, my. Miss Marilyn Ambrose. Peggy Bacon. Mary Bradley, the beauty queen. With hushed voices and eager anticipation, the dancers in the annual fall co-ed ball gathered around a dais at intermission. They were awaiting the appearance of the Chanticleer beauty queen from 1943. Her. Mary Bradley. All right. What am I doing today? I'm going to do William Singer Sargent. Is that his name? I think so. Is that how you say it? Is that the order? John Singer Sargent, who did a lot of portraits. He was born of American parents in Florence, Italy. Yay. But his parents were, his dad was a doctor. It seemed like he was born in 1856. And his mom got sick, so they were traveling to try to heal her, which I think a lot of people did at that time. Then they stopped in Italy and Florence because there was a plague. Does that sound familiar? And he was born then in Italy. But they became, I don't know if he was from wealthy family or what, but they ended up staying abroad forever. But he did come over here and paint. In fact, he was responsible for setting up a museum in Grand Central Station in New York on the 6th floor. But anyhow, he did a lot of portraits, but he also did a painting called Poppies, which is kind of like that right there. So it looked a lot, some of the stuff looked a lot like the plants that we saw on Saturday, which are the beginnings of cotton. There's pink blossoms, there were white blossoms, and I don't think you can see this, but there's a seed pod right there. And it looks kind of like a Venus flytrap type of looking pod. But I think that's where the cotton comes from. Because cotton has a prickly blossom. And I'm wondering. So I found this painting And I'm going to try to do a form of it with poppies down here and call it John Singer Sargent. And poppies in the valley or something like that. So here we go. I'm sorry. I thought the camera was on, and maybe Kurtie is back, and she always fusses at me nicely that I forgot to turn the camera on. She always teases me about it so nicely, and so maybe she's back, and that's in honor of her. So what am I doing? I'm going through that stack of papers looking for reds and oranges, poppy colors. Now, if you know anything about California flowers, the poppies in California are bright orange and beautiful. They are not red like they are in Europe, or because the first time I saw like a remembrance ceremony in England, it was red poppies, and I'm like, what are the red poppies for? Poppies aren't red, but they are in other parts of the world. So he's from England and lived a lot in Europe, so I'm going to say these are poppies that he was used to, and he's going to bring seed pods to Yosemite Valley, I'm quite certain. But I put a little bit of a pink tone in there just to give it some contrast. Look at me using art words. Oh my, can't use a camera, but I can use art words. Can't paint with them, but I can use them and verbally. Anyhow, so this is just completely abstract. And at this point, I don't like it. And I'm thinking, lady, you have gone off your cracker again. This is horrible. Nope, keep going, keep going. I remember what I learned from yesterday. Keep going, keep going. So I trimmed the edges because my book is really lumpy on the left now, what I call lumpy left. And so I'm doing this off book, and then I'm going to put it in. So I still have paper here from Dina Wakely. I'm going to add that as my leaves. And just, it's giving you the image, the feeling of poppies at the bottom of Half Dome in Yosemite Valley amongst some redwood trees and other greenery. Right? Right. On a cloudy day. So, this is so much fun. This kind of thing just, how many times a day do I say this? It just lifts me for the rest of the day, and I'm, in a good mood. My poor sister thinks she might have COVID in California, the one in California, and hopefully she doesn't watch this because she really needs to get it, as horrible as that sounds, in a very mild case, which is what most people are getting now, because she is become the worst germaphobe, worst since this pandemic, and she needs to get over that to have a fulfilling life, because she literally has stopped everything. I'm adding black centers as the red poppies in Europe have on some of them, and then I'm going to add some little leaves and veins. Anyhow, so think kind thoughts for my sister. Manifest kindness because she needs it, because she's not good at manifesting good things for herself. Anyhow, I'm adding a very sloppy line work on here. And when I get to that point, I kind of like it now. Am I mad that this doesn't look exactly like the top portion of this? No. It's mine. It can't be exact anyhow, because that would be copying. I don't think he would come from the grave and get me, but that's okay. His relatives might. I don't know if he had kids. I don't hate this at all. At all. And on days, there are days when that is totally acceptable. I don't hate it. Okay, it's going in the book. I rarely hate my work. This is going to be very telling of me. I'm trying to keep these videos short because we're having so many problems with Spectrum and getting our high-speed internet that we have paid years for that is not even provided in this area and hasn't been. But we keep paying for it, which I'm not really quite sure why. And then about 2 weeks ago, it went to turtle speed, and not to be confused with turtle. And it was taking about 4 hours to upload a video, which is asinine, because in New York 5 years ago when I was there the last time, I can upload a 8-minute video in 4 minutes there. So you know it's available and you know it exists. I should have never been exposed to that. I'll never forgive Spectrum for not, and I think they have Spectrum up there. But of course, New York is New York and South Carolina is, hello, South Carolina. But it's like, okay, we're paying for this. Can you please adjust my bill to the service we're getting? So my husband's going back down there. They gave us all these new modems and everything and says, well, your equipment is way outdated. I'm like, okay, so what are the chances of us getting all new modems and everything, which are like a year old rather than 3? And it's still not working, which is exactly what happened. Now, I will say, yesterday's video, which was 8 minutes, I think, took 2 hours. So we are making progress. We're still in the dark ages, but we're getting there. Our ages are getting lighter. I didn't really glue these down. I just tucked them under the leaves. So, I have to say, I kind of like this randomness. His is kind of messy in a beautiful sort of way. I didn't achieve that, but I did achieve beautifulness, and I achieved poppies in the valley. That's what I wanted, poppies in the valley. Okay, thanks for watching. See you all tomorrow. Bye.